What's going on, y'all? My peace and power elevation be to all of you. This your girl Tiffany coming through live in the faith. So I won't be here very long, but I need to say this, okay? And seem like I am regurgitating myself because it's like I'm coming back to this subject, but I'm only saying this because now motherfuckers pop up and say some random shit when some incident happened. So everybody know about the incident that took place in Brunswick, Georgia, with what's the brother's name? Atman Arbery. That's his name, Atman Arbery. So when he got killed and whatnot, why is so many black men coming around talking about, oh, black women don't give a fuck about us? No, why is it that as soon as the situation came about, then the motherfuckers started saying, oh, black women don't give a fuck about us? I'm going to say something. And for those of you who watching, you may get offended. You might as well go ahead and hit that block and delete button because I don't care. But I'm finna go on the rampage about this. The same niggas that talk about how black women don't give a fuck about black men is the same ones that don't give a fuck about other black men out there. And maybe the reason why some of these black women don't give a fuck about some of you niggas because some of y'all ain't about shit. Some of y'all lame as fuck. Some of y'all ain't got y'all shit together. Some of y'all ain't got shit to offer. Some of y'all are just full of excuses. And you have proven that you full of shit and you ain't about shit. Now, this doesn't pertain to all men, okay? But I see that there's a lot of men that are very sensitive out there. So, this doesn't pertain to all of y'all. But I am going to say this. For those of you that run around screaming about how the black woman don't give a fuck about the black man, and she's tearing down the black man, this, that, and the other, you the same niggas that tear each other down. It don't take a black woman to do it. You do it to each other all the fucking time. How about that? You the same niggas that'll be beefing with each other over some bullshit. How about that? You the same niggas that done went to jail for shooting another nigga. You the same niggas that got your ass beat up on the block for running up on another dude. But you, that nigga, come over here and throw this shit in the black woman's face, talking that shit about how she don't give a fuck about you. You're doing the shit to yourself. You're destroying your own selves. So, yes, there are black women that's full of shit. Yes, there are black women who are conniving, but there's niggas that's conniving towards each other. And they'll cause more collateral damage to each other than the women. So black women don't have to necessarily cause damage upon you niggas. Y'all do it to yourselves. Excuse me. Y'all do it to yourselves. You do it all the damn time. You do it all the fucking time and you don't want to take accountability for that shit. So some of you niggas, yeah, the reason why that black woman don't care about your ass, because what do you have to offer? Some of y'all are full of shit. Some of y'all make it hard for some of these women to give a fuck about you. And some of y'all deserve to get cussed out. Some of y'all deserve to get your feelings hurt. Some of y'all deserve the disrespect because you the same ones that don't have respect for yourselves. You the same one that don't even respect the women in your family. Yeah, some of you niggas be out there disrespecting y'all mamas, your grandmamas. And some of you niggas be beating on y'all women every fucking day of the week because you mad because you insecure about shit. You motherfuckers walk around here with your insecure ass, poking your chest out, and think that everybody owe you something. Like, fuck you, nigga. Everybody don't owe you everything. But you the same motherfuckers that be quick to walk out on your motherfucking family. To go around here mess with everybody. Everybody you see on the block. You be chasing their asses. You take advantage of them. But you got the nerve to holler out, don't no black woman give a fuck about your ass. You don't give a fuck about yourself. You ain't got no self-respect. How about that? You don't have no self-respect. You don't even show any form of dignity. You hide behind insecurity. You can't even maintain your household. You can't even take care of your responsibility. You can't even show appreciation to somebody who bend their backs for your motherfucking asses. So that shit about black women don't give a fuck about black men, you can cut that bullshit out. Because I can guarantee you that you don't see a lot of black women going around here shooting up black men the way black men shooting up each other. Yeah, I went there. Because you the same motherfuckers when your dumb asses get locked up over some bullshit. Because some of y'all can't stay your asses out of jail for nothing. The first people that you call is who? Your mama, your sister, your grandma, your auntie, whoever. You call for somebody to come bail your bitch ass out. You do. And don't say you don't. If your ass end up in the hospital somewhere, the first people you call is your mama to come see about your ass. Or if your ass end up dead, the first people that gotta raise money up on GoFundMe just to bury your dumb ass because your dumb ass want to be stupid and do stupid shit, and you end up getting killed behind that shit. It's your mama, it's your sister, it's your auntie, it's the women in your family. It's the women in your motherfucking family. And then some of y'all don't give a fuck about your community. Some of y'all are just Sambos. Y'all some Sambos ass niggas. Y'all niggas full of contradiction. You turn around and say, oh, black women don't care about us black men. But then at the same time, you're very dogmatic towards other black men. You're very disrespectful towards other brothers. You don't care about those brothers around you. You don't care about the children in your community. You don't care to protect the women in your community. You don't care about your environment. So you ain't got no place to be talking about who don't really give a fuck about you when you don't give a fuck about yourself. And how you expect for a woman to give a fuck about your lame ass when you don't show that same gratitude to her? How do you expect that to happen? How do you expect that to work? You don't get your cake and eat it too. So the point is, the reason why some of these black women don't give a fuck about some of you niggas, because y'all ain't about shit. Some of y'all lame as fuck. And I use the keyword some of y'all. Some of you niggas out here are lame. Some of you niggas ain't about shit. Some of you niggas ain't worthy of shit. You ain't gotta like what I'm saying. I don't care. But some of you just prove that through your character, through your personality, through your attitude. You show and prove to this woman that you really ain't about shit. And you make it hard for some of these women to give a fuck about some of y'all asses. And so some of these women say, oh, well, fuck that nigga. That nigga ain't about nothing. Fuck that lame ass nigga. Let that pussy ass nigga go. Because the moment that she see the weakness in you and see how vulnerable you are, that's when she going to use that against you. Where was you niggas at last week when that brother got killed? Where was you niggas at? What was y'all niggas doing to protect your brothers from getting killed out here by these racist ass people? Where is y'all niggas at? See, I try not to speak on this type of subject matter. That's why I stay away from gender wars or gender debates. Man versus woman debate. I try to stay away from that because it can get ugly. And it can get really disrespectful. And I know me, if I get into a debate with somebody from the opposite sex about male and female, it gonna turn into a whole nother, it's gonna blow out of proportion. And both parties is gonna end up having a strong disliking for each other. And it's gonna end up being, it's gonna escalate. So I try not to say anything about this, but as of lately, this shit been getting on my nerves. This shit been annoying. Cause ever since that story came out, niggas popping out the blue started talking about black women. And how black women don't give a fuck about black men. Ever since this story came out. Ever since. So I said, okay, you know what? Now it's time for me to speak up. Now it's time for me to say something. Because it's some bullshit. And these are the very same niggas that I see criticizing other black men all day. Talking shit about other black men. Like a dog. But you got the nerve to say black women don't care about you. Nigga, since when you start caring about yourself? Since when you start caring about your brother? If you really want black women to start caring about you more, maybe you need to show gratitude towards one another. Maybe you need to reduce the amount of killing that's going on in our community. Because there's more black men killing each other than anyone else. So if you want me to really get technical, it's basically white supremacy operating through y'all asses. See, white supremacy ain't got to operate through just white people. It can operate through black people as well. And you guys have shown that. Look at what y'all have done over the years. Y'all have caused more damage in our community than we have. If we gonna get on this subject matter. And you have caused more damage through violence. The first thing you niggas want to argue about, the first thing you got a problem is, this nigga from another side of town. He coming over here to my neighborhood. Nah, bro, you can't step up in my turf. Nah, you can't step up in my zone. Nah, nigga, we don't fuck with you. This is what you niggas doing. I don't see too many females doing this shit. I see this very common from men. Nigga, you come from over here. You can't come over here, nigga. Nigga, you represent that clique over there. Nah, we don't fuck with you clique. Nah, nigga, you represent the blues. We represent the red over here. This is what mostly men do. This is mostly taking place amongst males. I don't find too many females sitting up here telling a dude that, you can't come into my neighborhood because you got on certain colors. Show me. Because maybe I'm missing something. Show me how often you will find a black woman going and rob a black man. Just burglarizing his house. How often does black women do that? Now, I'm not saying that we're angels. No, we're not angels, okay? Because we carry many flaws too. But don't you sit up here and try to put the black woman on the pedestal or make her the center of the corruption that's taking place in the community. Don't do that. Because then because see what you're doing, you're falsifying information. Because I have heard too many arguments. Black women destroy the family. Sometimes, yes, in some ways. But for the most part, if you really want to know how the destruction of the family is, the moment the family is destroyed, the moment that the man walks out the picture. When the man is no longer in the picture, the family has been destroyed, and it creates a dichotomy. Or let's talk about how these men get into a relationship and have children with other women. We don't want to talk about that, right? Yes, I'm working on that, hero. That's the part I'm working on. Yes, I need to. Oh, thank you, hero. I love you too. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about how many of you get involved in a relationship, be married, and then have another relationship on the side and have children with other women and then try to keep it a secret. But you say that we destroy the family. But hold on, you out here having children with other women. And you don't tell anybody about it. Don't nobody find out until it's too late. But see, you don't want to have that conversation. But again, it's the black woman's fault, right? Stop blaming everything on black women, man. Come on now. There's some things that y'all got to take accountability for. There's a lot of things y'all need to take accountability for. And a lot of that has to do with your attitude. We understand that many of us come from broken families, right? We come from a broken household. We may not have our mothers and fathers around. Yes, they take accountability for not being there to raise us, but the moment that you become an adult and the moment that you step out into the world, the responsibility is on you. The responsibility is on you and what you do and the choices that you make. So you can't always go back and blame mama and daddy. You can't do that forever. You can't always play the victim. Because at some point in time, the moment you say I'm grown and I am an adult, if you're grown and you're an adult and you step out into this world on your own, it's on you. The choices that you make is on you. The people that you interact is on you. And I think that a lot of brothers tend to want to run away from the responsibility and don't want to be called out on things. Just like we got sisters the same way, but you brothers want to run away. So you want to flip the script and say, oh, this is your fault. This is the woman's fault. It's the woman's fault because I'm gang banging. It's the woman's fault because I'm selling drugs. It's the woman's fault because I'm out here beating up on this dude on the block. It's the woman's fault because I chose to walk away from the family. It's the woman's fault. It's not always the case. That's not going to always work. Because you got to remember, we're humans too. We have a lot of issues of our own. We have a lot of problems that we have to endure. Y'all think that y'all the only ones being affected by society? You're mistaken. You're not. You're not the only ones. You're not the only ones that deal with racism. Imagine being a black woman and you have to deal with racism and sexism. But see, y'all don't want to talk about that. See, we can't have that conversation because you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to be a woman and to deal with the sexism in society. You don't know what it's like to, you only know what it's like to be black, but you don't know what it's like to be a woman. So, the point is, y'all need to stop all that shit. Because see, y'all the main ones that be creating these wars between men and women. Y'all are no better than the feminists. Y'all might as well have y'all own male, what they call it, male masculine movement or whatever. If that's going to be the case, you're no better than the feminists that go around here talk about men like a dog. Y'all know different. Y'all know better. You're not. And let me see. You're right. Those people have to want to change. That's the individual behavior that has to change. That drug dealer gonna have to want to change his mentality. That person who's twerking, they gonna have to change their mentality. That killer gotta own up to the choices that he made and willing to change his mentality. No, you can't change somebody. I agree with you on that. I get you on that argument. The point is, it's all about taking accountability for self. It's all about taking accountability for self. You know, there are some things that we as a people have to be accountable for. Absolutely. But there's some things as individual we have to be held accountable for. And another thing, this is what I'm about to say. And what I'm about to say really gonna piss a lot of y'all off. But since we've been under the patriarchal society, there has been a lot more collateral damage taking place. There has been a lot of damage control under the patriarchal society. Now, can anybody name a matriarchal society where there was a lot of collateral damage taking place? Can anybody name a matriarchal, I say matriarch, a society that's run by women that has a lot of collateral damage taking place? Or any type of damage control? No, you can't. Exactly my point. Because guess what? Women didn't have that type of power. Many women couldn't get in that position of power. And how many women do you know that ran a country? Very small percentage. The people that mostly ran countries were males. And under those male dominant was a lot of collateral damage taking place. A lot of collateral damage. And a lot of the beliefs that we follow come from the patriarch. So I'm sorry if you don't like what I'm saying, but these are facts. This is not something I'm making up off the top of my head. Excuse me, give me one moment, y'all. Okay. This is not something I'm making up off the top of my head. This is not something I'm pulling out my ass. These are the facts. The collateral damage and damage control has mostly taken place under the patriarchal society. Most of the violence that's taken place has been done by males. Most of the violence. So most of the violence taking place in our community, in the black community, is mostly done by males. By men. Most of them. Because a lot of y'all operate off of egos. Y'all feel like y'all got something to prove. Y'all feel like y'all can dominate each other. You feel like, oh, if I go over here and take over this nigga territory, then guess what? I got a status. See, a lot of y'all want status. A lot of y'all want power. A lot of y'all want to be entitled. Y'all want to be validated. So you go above and beyond to do it. Even if that means taking out another person that's the closest to you, you would do it. You would do that shit. So again, if this video making you mad and you don't like what I'm saying, please go ahead and block and delete me. I don't care. Because you're doing yourself a favor and you're doing me a favor. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to make up something. I'm not going to just play with your emotions. And this is not to just dog the black man, but I'm dogging the logic. I'm dogging the foolishness that I hear. That's what I'm doing. I'm not dogging the male race itself, but I'm dogging the logic. Because so many of y'all been entertained off of Tommy Sotomayor and all these other YouTube personality individuals. And I have nothing against Tommy, because Tommy makes a good argument. He makes a valid point. But at the same time, Tommy doesn't look at the bigger picture. Tommy just looking at it from a narrow point of view. He's not even seeing the whole bigger picture. So if you feel like what I'm saying is problematic, then do what you have to do. You can go ahead and delete this video, and you can go ahead and delete me off your friends list. But I'm not finna stand here, and I'm not finna play along with the bullshit that y'all trying to kick. That some of you trying to kick out there, I'm not finna do it. I'm not the yes-em type. I'm not finna say yes-em, yes-em, yes-em. No, because if you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'm going to point some things out. If you don't want me to point those things out or have that kind of conversation with you, then maybe we shouldn't be talking about this. But it got to be talked about somehow. It got to be pointed out. You know, there's so many lists of things that I can go on and on and on about regarding to these men out here. I can, but you know what? I'm going to stop right there, because as I said, I was not going to be here for very long. But I said enough. And I appreciate you guys for watching and for tuning in. And if you want to leave a comment, you can do so. If you want to share this video, you can do so. Other than that, peace to everybody that's tuning in. Peace to those who just coming in. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you just have to watch the video from the very beginning. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you all next time. All right, take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Be safe out here. Deuces.